All right, Brian F, Cool Kid, to get to winner's top 8 at LCQ. So yeah, definitely played this matchup a decent amount, and I play Abigail myself, so I kind of know the character a little bit, but you're still forced to guess sometimes. But my main strategy is kind of like hit and run. Like, I harass them really hard with dash punches and buttons and mid-screen, and use a lot of taps to get in. And then in the corner, you see that string I do. This is a really important string in the matchup because it allows you to hit confirm. It's crouching light kick, or crouching light punch, crouching light kick, standing light punch. So you notice how he gets clipped, and I can actually convert the full string into a combo. He blocks the first part of the string, but he still gets hit by the next, and you can convert that. But even if he gets hit by the first jab on Abigail and other certain big bodies, you can convert the whole thing. And it's really important because Abigail's best defensive option in the corner is to jump over you and cross you up where you can't anti-air him. So I always like to pepper in light dash pressure like that and then back up to keep him caged. You just want to keep him caged because if you're too close, you're going to overextend and get yourself killed. So I back up and he happens to sweep and I block it. And I don't remember why I didn't Crouching Fierce here, but I might have been charging a big tap. That's the only thing I can think of. There it was. That was a really big tap, and that's why I didn't Crouching Fierce. But looking back on it, I guess it was okay. If he had a bit more stun, Crouching Fierce would have been the right thing to do, like sacrifice the tap to Crouch Fierce to get the stun. But I went in too hard, and then disaster struck. And I'm lucky. I just got lucky here. That's it. And then I back off, dude. I'm not gonna risk anything. You're that character. But then I clip him out of the air. I got lucky again. I didn't super. I made some mistakes here when I should have killed. I should have burnt the bar on the super right away. I got a little greedy. And I definitely should have done that tap like the whole sequence started. But this is where, you know, it went in my favor. So I got lucky. The whole thing is you got to avoid disaster. You really just have to avoid disaster. Thanks a lot, Joe, for the host. Yeah, he fell for the shimmy. I wasn't going to go for throw because if I went for throw, like for sure he would have jumped over me with medium kick and I would have died. It's not even worth it. Like, I don't go for throws against Abigail in the corner unless I'm 100% sure I've conditioned him by meeting over and over so many times. So I'm trying to play the neutral here. I really like doing this thing that Cool Kid did, and I do it too. You know, he's only like -3, I believe. I might be wrong, but he's not very negative on the Fierce Punch. And at that range, there's nothing I can do to really take advantage of the plus frame. So I went to walk forward a little bit, and then he just sees that and immediately back Fierces. And you can kind of confirm that target combo. I tried to clip the neutral jump, but I was definitely out of range. If he pressed the button, I would have clipped him with the armor. It was just too far. Kind of reaching for that. So that range, I walk forward again after the Fierce Punch, but I'm at a much safer distance. The first hit of back Fierce would whiff. Lucky. I was lucky that just happened to interact that way. I was just going for a regular jump. See, same string. I do the... I'm not even that close and it works. I just walk up, crouch jab, crouch light kick, stand light punch. Keeps him pinned down in the corner because he's probably holding up forward there. Now I'm just with punishing the big buttons, not letting him get started. See, I backdash there again because I know he's going to try to activate from a button, right? So even though he got that sweep, that wasn't a big deal, but now he got the ground to do the real activation. And this is a really key moment right here. This is a pure 50-50. So after the sweep V-trigger activation, he can either do EX command grab, which leads to like 500 damage if you complete the full combo, or he can immediately go for EX flip. If you go for EX flip, it frame traps you and also catches you if you try to jump away from the command grab, and both of them lead to like 500 something damage, right? It's a really big 50-50. So you usually just want to avoid letting them activate from a sweep like that and try to bait them out if they're getting too thirsty for it, or if they get you, like, it's time to guess. And I guessed right. The flip will beat tap unless it's like a level 7 tap. So I happened to guess right that he was going to go for command grab. And then I didn't have, it was like a low level turn punch, so I just went for the throw after. I couldn't combo. I know Cool Kid too well. Yeah, see, 2 in a row. What Cool Kid does is, until you're used to it, you're going to get hit by this every time. He just checks you really quick, and then when you're kind of stuck in the mud, wondering what the hell just happened, he immediately command grabs you. So like, I get the anti-air and I try to go for pressure, which was not a good idea in retrospect. Like, I should have just sat there and I should have just fierce punched him, meaty. So he checks and then immediately goes for EX command grab. If he landed that command grab, I'd be close to death, or I would be dead. And then same deal, I mess up my meaty, but as soon as I get hit by the meaty, I just start holding up. He's either going to complete the combo, which won't even be that much damage, or I'm going to get out of there. Letting him command grab you there is the worst thing that can happen. It's definitely the Cool Kid special. I've been hit by that like 100 times.
Jump backwards and still get the guaranteed punish because they've got that rapid dash punch. Still being able to maintain that charge.
So I'm thinking like, damn, I'm 1 game away from top 8, and then Cool Kid, he asked me to go to character select. He's going to Rashid. And this is a way better matchup against Balrog, Rashid, than Abigail. But his Rashid is kind of rusty, I feel like. And Cool Kid I've only beaten in tournament once before. We were like 1-4 in tournament. He's beaten me so many times. It just felt so impossible for so long to beat him. But I was like, all right, like, I got a game down. I don't think his Rashid is like as crisp right now. So I'm feeling pretty confident because I kind of just guessed right on everything versus him with Abigail. And the thing about Cool Kid is I think he has really good mental composure, but and his confidence is super high. Like, he's always willing to go for his reads and believes in them, which is what I really respect about him. It's something that I don't really have. I kind of have that, like, it's not worth it, just play it safe. And you know, I tend to second guess sometimes, but he doesn't have that. But after like 4 correct reads and command grabs, he didn't feel like he had his reads on point, and I can kind of feel that like confidence draining. So I definitely felt like, you know, I could run away with this. And it already seems weird. Like, he opens up with this mixer, which is unsafe. I punish it. My whole goal in this matchup is like avoid getting cornered. You know, I store taps to find openings to get away. So he left a gap, I use that to get away. And then I just want to like check him when I can and whip punish with dash punches, and then V reversal when I have to. Just avoid getting cornered, push him out of the corner with dash punches, and don't get throw looped. And then he tried to react to this. The dash punch hit kind of funky because it was just outside of the range where it kind of like teleports in and hits right away. So it took a little bit longer than usual to get the immediate hit. And of course, I'm jiggling. Of course. Yeah, that was a good timing in his part. Now I'm in a bad spot. He does this, if you don't know what he's doing here, he does this fierce punch to the off the wall kick, because if you V reversal, sometimes he can get a punish, and other times he just gets a really ambiguous cross up. So I didn't V reversal right away like I usually do on the fierce punch, and that's what he was going for. It just happened to work out for me. And I'm just eating this pressure. Yeah, I had a little slick backdash there. And that gave me... Oh, did Vicious just say the same thing? Yeah, they gave me the opening I needed. Yeah, that's kind of my special. I do heavy kick, and then unless you jump or unless you press a button, if you try to jump or do like a moving special move, I'm gonna hit you. You know, I'm +3 on the heavy kick, and the dash punch is 10 frame startup, so it's like a 7 frame gap. And I use that all the time to create space. It's so good at creating space.
I feel like he's got more data from the training these guys do together than maybe Cool Kid has of him, or it could just be the way it's going right now. No, but either way, it's working out for Brian F. Yeah,
this is a Rashid round for sure. That's a nice confirm. Yep. Rashid round. Guessed wrong on every mix-up. Should have blocked more.
As the frame kills down.
Yeah, he was feeling himself too much there. I was waiting for the uppercut. I don't know when it was going to come. Try to jump back air to air, but I didn't have enough time after whiffing the heavy kick. And here, like, I knew he was gonna run up and press another button. He always does this short run up, right? So I pressed the button to check him, but I just did it too soon. Like, I knew he was gonna run up. I just did it too soon.
Put him in the perfect space for that stand light kick to whiff, dash forward and throw. Save yourself 1 match point.
What's up, Gay Silent? Yeah, I play casuals. It's all good. Definitely just hit me up to play.
Are you serious?
That worked out way too well for me. I'm not gonna lie, this was pretty much luck. I do jump back in the corner, which is not always the best idea, and I always get heated when people do it to me, and it works because it feels scrubby. But you got to do something to throw off their flowchart offense, right? So I jump back in the corner, especially after the jump fierce, because I figured he's going to go for either like a delayed frame trap. He's either going to go for a delayed frame trap or he's going to go for a throw, right? And then he's thinking like, yeah, I'm going to do a delayed frame trap for the throw with the dive kick. And oh my God. I feel like he was going next level with his read, and it worked out so wrong for him. I probably look psychic, right? I look psychic, but it just happened to work out like way beyond my wildest dreams. No, he is panicking. Like he knows he can't do that against me. But at this point, I'm like, I'm gonna win. He wasted his V trigger. Yeah, he looked frazzled. I knew for sure I was gonna win. I felt bad. I felt like I really demoralized Cool Kid. But GGs, I kind of just guessed right so much early on. He didn't have any of his reads on point after that, and that's really how Cool Kid plays. No, I was trying to tell Cool Kid, like, yo, dude, like, you got this. Let's run it back.